Hello my fellow hunters, in this video I'm gonna show you a foray build, and yes, this is a skill introduced in the new main Monster Hunter series, but the skill has its roots at Monster Hunter Frontier, where you got it from Espinas. So first of all I'm gonna talk a little bit about the skill, what it does and so on. At the second part, I'm gonna show you recommended armor pods or charm you can use for a foray build. Then at the third point, I'm gonna explain the morph towards the elemental switch axis and how it's better or not. At the fourth point, I talk about the recommended playstyle in general for stylus weapons. And at the end of the video, I show you a run. Yes, did run a lot with the set. And yes, now pick the best one, maybe not the best one with the gameplay, but with the shortest time. Okay, let's start with the skill. Okay, skill explanation says, so at this point the game tells us the exact values. For all the other values we have to figure it out ourselves, like for dereliction and other stuff. So foray says, while active, increases attack power, what else? So where's the other? I thought there was a better skill description. So the skill is here is the explanation. Increases attack power and affinity when attacking a large monster affected by poison, paralysis or an elemental blight. So elemental blight doesn't make a lot of sense because maybe it's only 5% of the fight inflicted with elemental blight. Paralysis also doesn't make a lot of sense because it's only a few seconds, and paralysis resistance got increased very high. So you, after 1 or 2 paras, the power duration is only maybe 2 seconds or 3 seconds. And yes, poison also very highly recommended because it has a very long duration and also it has overtime damage. Yes, so for the efficiency, for the first level attack power only +10, for the second attack power +10 and affinity +10%, and for the last level attack power +15 and affinity +20%. You can see the third level is very strong, but I can do that later at the second point. So for in general, foray is very good if you fight against monsters that are very weak against status effects, like Diablos is weak against para, or Kezu or Tobikatashi is very weak against poison. But for my personal experience, it works best with poison. Okay, now I show you some armor parts where you got the skill from. So you got it from CHAMMY and from Espinas. I'm gonna show it you. So we're gonna sort it via foray. So you can see we got it from the Espina armor set and from the chameleos armor set. Now I'm gonna vote this. Chameleos ways didn't really recommend it because we have peak performance and we play with dereliction. I'm gonna tell you later. Yes, also the head was recommended on the set builder, but for the head it has 1 foray, which is good, and also a level 4 slot. But instead you have to sacrifice the Almudruan helm, and the Almudruan helm is completely OP. 2 rapid move with 1 power prolonger and 2 level 2 slots. So you can't sacrifice the CHAMMY head. So we take a look at the other skill. Sort via foray. And then we have the Espinas build, Espinas sets. The thing is, very highly recommended. The chest is very good with port breaker also, 1 level of foray. Also the gloves, absolutely crazy for Switch X player. And also the Espinas heal are very good with 3 levels of poison attack, which fits very good to our CHAMMY X, and 1 level of foray and also a level 4 slot. So the thing is that Espinas armor pods looks very great, but the set builder recommends me the end boss armor pods over this. I'm gonna tell you why. So the chest from Myceno. We must have to equip this quest because we play with blood, right? Otherwise it's too hard to play with the set, because we play max out dereliction, I'm gonna tell you right away, and we need the Maltino chest. We need any armor part to get blood right because we have no deco, so the chest. Then for the gloves, we need dereliction maxed out, and also resentment is very good, so can't give up the end boss chest. And also the legs are very crazy because they give us a bunch of slots. They have 1 level 3 slot and 2 level 2 slots. So also the Espinas armor pots are very good, but mathematically or technically optimized wise, the end boss stuff is better because it gives you better slots and also better exclusive unreplaceable skills. So now to the X. Just sword via poison. We have a few weapons. We have the Rathian Switch Axe. Bad thing is it doesn't have any slots, and also we need handicraft to reach white sharpness. But not bad at all. And then we have the Remobra Switch Axe, but it can't read purple sharpness, so it's out of the choice. They can't compete with a white sharpness weapon, can't compete with purple sharpness weapon. And then we have the CHAMMY Axe with about I think about 20 hits of purple already, and a level 3 slot and a level 1 slot. Also 40 poison and a very solid amount of raw. This is my personal choice, and it's also mathematically the best poison switch axe if you want to still do a decent amount of raw damage. Okay, so the next thing is for the skill levels. So the thing is, for Foray, since the end boss armor parts are unreplaceable, you need a charm with 2 level slots of Foray. And yes, also I don't know, Lumi needed also run with Basil Goys, and he needed 2 minutes and 10 seconds just for the meme. And level 3 is absolutely doesn't worth it, because if you wanna play level 3 on the charm maximal, you can get level 2. So to get level 3 from, you need that Espinas armor parts, but the armor parts from Almudran and the end boss are so much better. So yes, that's the reason why the best choice is to just use Foray 2 charm. Okay, so for the armor parts just use end boss, and for the charm just a level 2 Foray charm. For the PC players also attack boost 3, but if you're a Nintendo Switch player, only Foray level 2 and that's it, nothing more. So I think that isn't too hard to get if you snipe for that skill. Okay, I think it's better to first show the set so you know which skills I have. I'm also using maxed out dereliction, so I'm gonna explain you the skill effects. For maxed out dereliction you got up to 35 raw, and the most important thing is we have to use dereliction for a Foray build because you gain up to 20 status. It is the best skill that can power up your status, and yes, dereliction works absolutely great with Foray. So I highly recommend using a maxed out dereliction to get a bunch of status, okay? So we have a look at the armor skills. We're using max out attack boost with maxed out weakness exploit. Poison attack is also maxed out. Protective polish is maxed out for tiny purple sharpness management. Power prolongar 3 because on CHAMMY X we have a power fire. Rapid move maxed out. Dereliction is also maxed out. So I force to recommend your main scroll to the blue scroll, because there you get your attack buff and also the status buff. Also 2 levels of resentment. You can also get 3 if you sacrifice 1 level of port breaker. Also 2 levels of Foray, because that's currently the most efficient way, because we have decos, a way to extend to level 1, Fringe 3 level 1, Wirebug Whisperer level 1, and also Bloodrite 1 for the health recovery. Because we play with maxed out dereliction. Now I show you the decos. So yes, on the rampage slot just recommend the anti-jewel. Yes, on the Zariella's Phantasm, attack and a price jewel. On the Almudron Helm X, 2 attack jewels level 2. On the Malzeno-Mail, attack and a Venom jewel. On the Endboss Gloves, an Hanger jewel plus 4. On the Sailor's Skirt, a Quick Switch jewel 2. On the Endboss Legs, a Jumping jewel and 2 Tenderizer jewels level 2. And on our Charm, so it's a little bit versatile on our Charm, I just slapped in a Destroyer jewel, but you can also use Critical Boost or more a Weight Extender or Port Breaker like I have done, or Resentment, or yes, what you want, but I slapped in a Destroyer for Port Breakers to get easily the health region back. Yes, so that's the set skills, looks very solid. Now I'm gonna explain you the morph in comparison to the elemental ultra builds. So here you can see the morph. All ultra DPS elemental builds dealing about 1850 mixed combo damage, and for the common builds about 1800 for a mixed playstyle. Yes, and here you can see Zariella's Phantasm. If you click on the X button, you can see the skills I have used. And you can see here mathematically the highest priority for Poison Switch X, and average mixed combo damage is 1697, and so it's about 1700, and all the other elemental builds does average 1850. That means 150 damage more per average mixed combo on the elemental meta builds. So I calculated it. It's about the elemental builds are about 9% stronger than the Foray build. So Foray is just for the meme and elemental is still better. That's about the mathematically explanations. For the playstyle, the thing is, the aim if you play status weapon is to deal most hits as possible, because the probability to proc the status is 30% per hit. So you have to choose a combo which does a ton of hits, and for that the best thing is the CSD. So I highly recommend, if you get good status procs, just play CSD because it does the most hits in the shortest period of time. Yes, I picked the Ketsu quest because Ketsu has his 3-star weakness. And let's have a short quick to Ketsu. I'm using the weapon icon mod for this. And yes, you can see here very shitty hit zones, and elemental hit zones are absolute crazy. 30 hit zone, 25 hit zone. So the Volcanic Switch X with Element Bane is in this case a lot better than the Foray build. And you get a lot faster times. The best time I got with this Foray build is 2 minutes, and with Elemental you can get about 140 or so. So it's a lot stronger. And you can see here for Poison, 3-star weakness, so we can easily proc Poison. And in the 2 minutes hunt I procced 4 times Poison. So if you're very aggressive playstyle, and for example you're doing the Ketsu, and yes, I encountered that monster after 30 seconds, so in 90 seconds 4 poison procs, and my Palamutes had para weapons, so that doesn't count. So if you play only with that weapon, about 4 procs in 90 seconds, that's absolutely crazy. Yes, now I'm gonna stick my speedrun to this, and yes, have some fun with the run. I also gonna separate upload this one with the Foray build. Thanks for watching, see you next time. I also tried the grounded playstyle for Ketsu, but it's not really worth it with status, because I needed average time 230, and with CSD only 2 minutes, so it's a lot stronger for CSD.
Nice. say goodbye!